Hey friend, welcome to Ask Dr. Betters. I'm Danielle and I'm here with my granddad, Dr. Chuck F. Betters. Granddad, today the question that we have for you is, how can I find peace in the midst of my grief?
Well, I'm reminded of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the three friends of Daniel in the book of Daniel, who were thrown into the lion's den. The furnace of fire. Daniel went to the lion's den. Into a furnace of fire that was so intense that when they threw them in, the attendants who threw them in were burnt to a crisp because the fire was so hot. But there they are, three of them. The Bible tells us that the observers said that there was a fourth person running around in the midst of that fire. So now there's four people in the furnace. One of them, they said, was like unto the Son of Man. That's clearly Jesus. So Jesus jumps into the fire with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And the best way I can describe it is they had to go through the fire, but God took the heat out of the fire. He took the sting out of the fire because he walked into the fire with them. Jesus accompanies us in our sorrows. In fact, the scripture calls him a man of sorrows, acquainted with our grief. He is a man of sorrows who is tested and tempted in every way like unto us. Now, friends, when I think about sorrow, when I think about grief and pain, and that Christ is walking with me through that, I'm reminded of Hebrews 12. Where after the record is made in Hebrews 11 of all the great saints of the Hall of Faith in the Old Testament, Hebrews 12 opens this way. It says, therefore, in light of those heroes of the faith, all of whom suffered, since we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily besets us. And let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and the perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. Just like in the case of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and later Daniel, Jesus throws himself into the fire with us. We still have to walk through the fire. We still have to look around at its flames. We still have to feel its tension. But somehow, because he's walking in it with us, he is absorbing the heat of the fire. The Bible tells us we're being watched. We're being watched. We're being observed. All the saints who have gone before us, who have suffered enormously in ways you and I have never began to suffer, are there urging us on, rooting us on. One of the great movie scenes, I think, of all time is a scene called the scene of the death crawl. And it is from a movie called Facing the Giants. We've put the link to that up for you to take a moment, take 5 minutes, and visit that link. I know it's a movie scene. I know it does not fully capture Hebrews 12, but I use it in my mind to capture what this means in Hebrews 12, where it says we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses. There are people in glory who are cheering us on, who are telling us, don't quit, don't give up, keep going, keep fighting, dig in. I know it hurts. I know you're suffering. I know you can't bear it anymore. Just one more step, one more look, one more glance. I'd like you to take a moment and view that scene, but view it in the context of your own suffering, where when you feel like you want to quit, there is a cloud of witnesses cheering you on, telling you just one more step, just one more push. I know it hurts. We know it hurts, but don't give up. Don't quit. Don't give up. Take a moment and enjoy that scene. I think it, in a practical way, speaks to what those who have gone before us might be saying to us in the midst of our suffering. Visit us at markinc.org and find out about all our resources, many of them free, that are available for you. I hope this helps.